Today we are going to talk about holy orders, which is holy orders is priesthood, but it's also other things. So we're going to talk about that too. I have an argument that it's the most important sacrament, but then I realized that you can have baptism without holy orders, but you can't have any of the other sacraments without holy orders. So that's why I think holy orders is the second most important sacrament. What we're doing now is we're exiting the world of the sacraments of healing, confession, and anointing of the sick, and we're entering the world of sacraments of service. There are two sacraments of service: holy orders and matrimony. We're going to talk about matrimony in the next video.
I have the baby! Yeah, I'm so happy.
So what is holy orders? It's one of the three vocations recognized by the church. The three vocations are consecrated life, which consists of priesthood, religious life, or for men or women, and consecrated lay people. And there's marriage, and then there's single life, so you're just single your whole life. So what a vocation is, it's a calling from God to serve Him and His church, through however it is. We're going to talk about how priests serve and how married couples serve. And then, so it's a calling from God. It comes from the Latin word vocare, which means to call, and it's of service. Like I said, this is a vocation to service. What a vocation is not, it's not a profession because a profession makes money for yourself. I mean, it also makes money for your family, but that's just a job that you do to make money. Now we're going to get deeper and more technical into what holy orders is. It's a calling from God to serve the church. The man, it's almost as if the man marries the church, because he gives himself totally he gives his life totally to serve the church and the church and Christ's people. So it's only open to men. I know this causes a lot of disagreement. Check out the article in the description below if you want to learn more about that, because I'm not really going to discuss it very much. A man can receive it 3 times on 3 different levels. So there's the diaconate for deacons, the presbyterate for priests, and then the episcopacy is the highest. It's for bishops. And it's one of the 3 sacraments. The other 2 are confirmation and baptism that imprint an indelible sign on the recipient's soul. So once a priest is ordained, or a bishop's ordained, or a deacon's ordained, they are that forever. Like I said, there are 3 levels. There's deacon, there's priest, and there's bishop. Level 1, the deacon. The deacon means helper. There are 2 types of deacons. There's the permanent and then transitional. The permanent deacons won't go on to become a priest. Usually they're married men. They have to reach the age of 35 years. And so they're married. That's the main difference. Also, if their wife dies, they cannot get married again. And then the transitional deacon is a deacon who will go on to become a priest. It's usually after 5 to 7 years of study, and it's the year before they get ordained a priest. So the deacon, regardless of what type, you see them helping the priest on the altar. They'll read the gospel. Sometimes they'll set up the altar, those kind of things. Outside of Mass, they can do marriage prep, they can do healthcare ministry, they can help run the parish. It all depends on the parish. Next level is priest. The priesthood is the love of the heart of Jesus. That's what the quote says on the picture. There are 2 types of priests. There's the secular or the diocesan, and then the religious or the order. A diocesan priest answers to his bishop, and he works in the diocese, he works in the parish. And then a religious priest or an order priest is connected to a community like the Dominicans, the Franciscans, or the Jesuits, and they do whatever they can help run parishes. I know there's a parish in Baltimore that's run by Dominicans. They can help run parishes, but most of the time they'll do whatever the order does, whatever it's teaching, working with the poor, those kind of things. Religious priests also take vows of poverty, chastity, and obedience, and they answer to the superior. Diocesan priests take vows of obedience and celibacy, but they do it to the bishop instead. But that's really the only difference. The essence of being a priest is they can administer 5 sacraments: baptism, confession, Eucharist, matrimony, and anointing of the sick. They can do confirmation with a dispensation. So that's what the real ministry of the priest is. It doesn't really matter if you're a diocesan or a order. There's not much of a difference. besides who you answer to. And also, order priests, you'll see they wear habits. Diocesan priests wear the black thing with the Roman collar. Bishop. This is, he's the head of the diocese. This picture is a picture of a bishop ordaining a bishop. So the bishop has the fullness of apostolic succession. So we'll have it, there was Jesus, and then he gave his power to the apostles, and the apostles gave their power to the next bishops until the bishops and all the bishops gave the power to the bishops down to who we have, the Catholic bishops that we have today. So when the bishop has apostolic succession, it means he can celebrate all 7 sacraments. So yes, a priest can celebrate confirmation with the dispensation, but nobody can ordain a priest cannot ordain another priest. It has to be the bishop. Some people have archbishops, and that's not another level of holy orders. That's just a bishop who's in charge of an archdiocese. So Archbishop Lori is the Archdiocese of Baltimore. Also, cardinals are not being a cardinal is not another level of holy orders. Cardinal is somebody who's appointed by the Pope for a special reason. Most of the time it's a bishop becomes a cardinal. There have been a few cases where a priest becomes a cardinal. A priest's duty, in a sense, his vocation, is to become holy, to achieve holiness, and to help others become holy as well. So that is being a man of prayer, helping others, leading others to prayer, celebrating the sacraments, especially Mass and Eucharist, hearing confessions, doing acts of service, leading his parish through whatever needs to be done. He's like God's ambassador on earth. Without priests, we wouldn't have the sacraments. Without the sacraments, it would be a heck of a lot harder to become holy. So that there are spiritual fathers. That's why we call them father. And some of them are secretly Batman. Being a priest is tough. Pray for your priests. Pray for your bishops. Pray for your deacons. But it's so beautiful. When a priest is ordained, it's a priest, not a priest and bishop. Deacons, not so much because they can't celebrate Eucharist. But when a priest is ordained, he becomes in persona Christi. He becomes an author Christus, the impersonation of Christ, another Christ. So that's why he can say, "This is my body." When he raises the host up, he's not saying this is Jesus. He's saying this is my body. He becomes another Christ to us. When he hears confessions, he's not forgiving our sins. It's through him. It's through God's power that God uses him to forgive our sins. So like God's forgiving our sins, but the priest is just hearing it, and he's acting in the person of Christ to give us healing. So pray for more priesthood vocations, because we need lots of priests. If you enjoyed that video, comment below if you have any questions, and comment below if you have any suggestions on other videos I should do. Try these videos around because they talk more about the priesthood, and this one by Father Mike, and I forget the other priest's name. It's like about vocations to the priesthood. So if you're a guy, look into it. Yeah. Come back for marriage. That's going to be cool. That's the next video.